Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making another exciting dish for you, and this is one of the kids' favorite, actually probably their favorite at home, and that's really why I'm making it tonight. So I thought I'd record it for you folks too, so you can try it at home. And this is called Hainanese chicken rice, and more popularly known as Singapore chicken rice, and it's definitely the most popular street food in Singapore, Malaysia and those regions, and particularly in Singapore. There's also a hawker stall in Singapore that's actually won a Michelin award. It's very rare for Michelin to give an award to a hawker stall, but they won it for Singapore chicken rice. That's how popular and tasty the dish is. So let's get started. So we have some chicken with the skin on. You want to make sure you have chicken with skin because that's the only thing that works. I also have over here some chicken stock which I'm going to add for extra flavor. You don't need that. That's an extra thing I'm adding. I also have here some sesame oil, some salt, and some roughly chopped ginger, and also some spring onions. This will all go in my chicken, and then we'll move over to this end. The other part of Singapore chicken rice, of course, you have the chicken and then you have the rice. So I have some rice over here that's soaking for now. We'll drain it and then cook it off later. I've also made a paste of ginger, garlic, sesame oil, and some spring onions, and that's going to go with the rice. And then for my condiments, and these are just going to be served on the table, I have some pickled cucumbers. They've been pickled in salt, sugar and some vinegar, some fresh chopped cilantro or coriander, and this is dark soy. You can see how thick that is. And I have some ginger garlic and the traditional chili garlic sauce that goes with the rice. Okay, so my first step, what you want to do is take some salt and rub it on the chicken. What that does is it exfoliates the skin of the chicken and keeps it nice and white. So I'll just put some salt randomly all over the chicken. Okay, that should be good. And you just rub. And what the rubbing does is removes any impurities that may exist in the skin. And you can also see some liquid coming out, which is a good thing. That gets rid of the impurities. So we're gonna just rub these and let them marinate like this for about 10 minutes or so. So while this is going on, I'm going to get started with my stock in which I'm going to cook the chicken. So for that, I have some additional chicken stock. All this does is adds more flavor. When you add chicken to this is really going to become a stock anyway. So we're going to add that. And then I have some fresh ginger. I'm going to put that. I'm going to add some sesame oil as well. About half that for now. The other half I'm going to use to coat my chicken at the end. So that's good right there. And I'm also going to use a few, not too many, a few spring onions. So just toss a handful in there, and this will come to a boil. This has to rest for 10 minutes, and when we come back, we'll toss the chicken in there. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, and what I'm going to do is pat dry this chicken. What I'm doing essentially is removing any excess salt from it, okay? So just gently pat dry, you don't have to take out any water from it, it's going in a broth anyway. So that takes out the excess salt, that's good. And now we drop our chicken in our broth that's nice and boiling. This has to cook for about 20 to 25 minutes until the chicken is done. Once it's done, we're going to drop it in an ice bath to prevent it from overcooking, alright? Okay, so our chicken's been cooking for about 25 minutes and I think that's done. So what you want to do is make sure it doesn't cook anymore. For that, I have an ice bath over here. So I'm going to transfer my chicken to an ice bath. Just drop those pieces in there. Now, you should know, folks, traditionally this is made with a whole chicken, but in our family, everyone only likes the leg and the thigh, the dark meat. So I'm using pieces over here. But otherwise, if you're making an authentic Hainanese chicken rice, you would use the whole chicken. So you would drop the whole chicken in this. So what the ice bath does is it stops the chicken from cooking any further and makes sure it's tender and juicy when we're ready to eat it, okay? So we'll leave that in there. Now we've got our broth over here and I've drained my rice off. So what I'm going to do is next I'm going to take my broth, put some of that in the rice and some of that's going to be there for the soup. Now, if you have any impurities, you want to make sure you take those out. We didn't have any because we cleaned the chicken well. So I'm going to just start putting my broth in here. In addition to the broth, I'm also going to add my pre-made ginger, garlic and sesame oil paste. So add all of that in there. and keep adding broth. Okay, so I've got my rice with the broth and the ginger garlic paste in there. That's enough water. You put about 600 ml of water or so for 3 cups of rice. And I'm going to cook the rice off separately in my rice cooker. You don't really need a rice cooker. If you want to cook it on the stove top, that's fine too. But this is just so convenient. So I'm going to put it in there and put it on my rice setting, and I should be done. Okay, so we have all our components done. The chicken's ready, the rice is ready. So I'm just going to plate this up, show you what it looks like when it's plated. Open up the rice and take a little spoon. Oh, that's perfectly done. Just drop some rice on there. Just a little bit. And I'm going to get one nice piece of chicken on there as well. It's still in an ice bath, so we want to make sure we drain all the water. Just drop that out. We have our chicken. So that's your Singapore chicken rice basic. Of course, we have all the condiments. We'll throw some cucumbers on there. Maybe a couple of pickled cucumbers. And want to garnish with some fresh coriander. So throw some coriander on there as well on the chicken. And then the sesame oil that we had left over, little bit of that on there as well. And that just gives a nice flavor to it. These are condiments that you can have by choice. So you have dark soy, like I said before, ginger garlic paste and chili. That's totally optional. And this is traditionally served with some soup, which is essentially chicken broth. So we take some chicken broth, put it in our bowl, and simply garnish with some fresh spring onions for some flavor. And that's it, folks. Singapore chicken rice, Hainanese chicken rice, extremely flavorful, lovely to eat. The kids enjoy it, and we're going to finish this off tonight. Do subscribe. I'll see you next time.